So in case anyone was curious, I'm actually going to show you guys the layers because I think it's really cool. So all of these layers from here all the way to here, these are all my shading layers. There's a couple in this folder, but they had to be separated because I needed them on a different layer. And I'll explain what that means in a second. So this is with all the lighting turned off. So essentially what happens is I'll take a picture in Waterdo. Alright, I'll pose and do whatever. And then I took a picture, I took a screenshot. And then you have this plain background. And then what I gotta do is I go into Genshin, but I got a screenshot, and without the model, this is what the screenshot looks like. It's just a picture in Genshin. And then I put my model on. I kinda, in OBS, figured out where I wanted to put the model, like how big it was gonna be by layering things on top of each other. Like I put Genshin in the back, and then I put my character with spout output, so it's like nice and transparent. And I can see Genshin behind and my character in. And then what I had to do is I didn't like this Primogem asset. It got all shiny and it was harder to see, so I was like, okay, let me just replace it. So I replaced it and I got rid of the one underneath. And what I did after that is I was like, I kind of wanted to have this shine. It's very subtle. I don't know if you guys can see it. You see it? I put it at 5%, so if I jack it up all the way to 100, that's what it looks like. I have add glow effect on it, but I'm going to turn it back down. So the 5%. It's very subtle. First of all, environmental lighting correction, so it's a lot darker than, you know, this plain white light. So I made it a little blue, and I made it much darker. There's also a bit of a fade to it. So this is multiply layer, meaning it's going to multiply the values and make it kind of like a clean look. Okay, so actually, let me show you guys what it looks like you can see how it looks foggier, right? Okay, I'm going to remove these two layers. When it's a normal layer, it kind of looks foggy, and as we get more and more filled alpha or less transparency, you can ultimately not see anything. But with the multiply layer, if I up it like this, ready? It just gets darker and you're able to see. And this is at 100%, this is the same thing, but just a multiply. I'm just gonna keep up my multiply layer. Here's my vignette at the bottom, because I wanna like emphasize depth. And then I have my other lighting correction. And then there's some lighting. Let me turn this all the way up, 52. So if I unclip it, you can see that's where I was like, okay, there's light sources up here, there's light source over here, and there's a light source over here. And then I clip it, so it's only applying to my model, and then I decrease it so it's not so crazy. Very subtle, but you can still see the difference. And then I have the backlighting from the fountain. You guys can see the fountain behind me, right? So let me unclip it and make it all the way. So there's a bunch of light from the fountain, so that's in the back a little bit, and I wanted to also on this side up my hair a bit. So that's how it goes. And then I clip it. Yeah, I clipped it and then I put it at 61%. And then you can see the difference of with and without. This one is for the Primogem glow, and that one's pretty easy to see, I think. It's a lot on this one. But if I put it at full capacity, I'll unclip it. Yeah, it's just a lot. This one is my eye glow. It's super duper subtle because I have a tendency of accidentally putting it up really high and then it looks kind of cheesy. So like normally I'd like to put it maybe somewhere like there, but this would look like before I added any opacity. Then we have my vision down here. I wanted to add some glow, but I was like, this doesn't feel impactful enough. I really want there to be like it interacting with my sleeve. So I added this. It's a little bit of glow here. And then I was like, okay, what can I do to make it feel like more depth? So I added this vignette on the edges. It makes it feel a little bit darker and it makes the glow feel more like acceptable. Like I can make it maybe turn it up a little bit more than I would have because it's a darker environment, right? It makes it feel so much darker, but you can't make it too dark. Otherwise it starts feeling weird. And then you guys want to see something absolutely crazy? You guys see this sleeve over here? It looks pretty clean, right? There are several parts of my model that because of the way my design is, it's very difficult to align the seams of the 3D model. And so when I'm taking pictures, you know, there's sometimes these weird areas. And I try my best to make them look okay, like, but it's hard. Oh wait, I did not blend that out very well. I should have blended out, you guys see this shadow here? That was because I wasn't careful with the vignette. I should have blended this out more. So if I go to blend and go to blur. And now it's more subtle. I also saved it like 3 different ways. Hold on, I'll show you what I was doing with the sleeve in a second. Let me just resave everything before I forget, because I will forget. Hide the background. hide the vignette, and then I'm gonna select this folder. Actually, I gotta select all the glow. And then selection from layer, create selection, and then I crop to selection. So I can just save this image, and it's in my desktop, and it's the lighting version, wherever that is. I do selection from layer, create selection, again, crop to selection, and save this one. Just so I have every different kind of version that I could possibly need if I need to redo the lighting, if I want the lighting, but I want to change the background. Back to what I was saying about the sleeve. Does anything look off to this about you guys or not? Did I do a good job? So it looks nice, but it didn't used to look nice. This is what it looked like before. This is like how my actual model looks. Come on, there we go. There's like a seam, I think at the, come on, leap motion. At the bottom of the, leap motion. At the bottom of the triangle. Somewhere. Anyway, it doesn't like bending certain ways. So anyway, I was like, I don't like this. So I covered it up. I added a layer of this because there's a gradient. And then I added a little bit here because there's a little bit there. And then I added the sheep wool pattern. I warped it to make it look like it's, you know, actually part of my clothing. So there's a subtle edit there. I wasn't sure how to do the other ones, so I kind of just fixed it up wherever I could, just so it looked a little bit less disjointed. Oh, and also, I don't know why, but there's like these little stretch marks all over the place, and it really makes me mad. Because now I have to resave all the images I just saved again, because this is gonna bother me until I fix it. Great! So I'm just gonna go in and correct these. Okay. And just a disclaimer that sometimes there were those marks, like, and let me show you how I fixed them. Sometimes there were those like little marks in my hair, like it would look like that. You know how I fix ones like that? Because it's a gradient here, like I can't just cover it with one color, right? I go to the blur tool, and I blur it. Now to put all the layers back on. Actually, let me hide this. Make a selection from this layer. Selection from layer. Okay, cool. And I'm gonna save as that clear one. Oh, also, did anyone notice there's little holes in this layer? You know what these are? They're for the lights. Every place you see a light. I removed the vignette because I wanted to make it look like it glows a little bit better. Yeah, but that's how I made this.